Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are looking to continue our hot streak here in Modern Horizons 3 with 3 drafts under our belt and 2 trophies. Interestingly, have not drafted Eldrazi an Eldrazi deck at all so far. So let's see if we can find ourselves into that today or just take what comes our way. Roshin is basically unplayable in limited. So what do we have in Depth Defiler? 5 mana 3/5 Devoid with Kicker. You can either bounce a creature when you cast it, and if you kick it, you could do both. Well, you could do one of the two, and if you kick it, you do both. Target player draws 2 and discards a card. There is a Galvanic Discharge here as well, though. Warped Tuskers are pretty good. Snapping Void Claw's okay as well. My instinct says to take the Galvanic Discharge over the Depth Defiler here. That could be wrong, but I mean, we could even get into like a red-green Eldrazi deck and play the Discharge. The Discharge is just a great card, incredible common, goes very well in many different archetypes here too. So we'll take that to start. And now we've got a Void Pouncer. I don't know if this counts as a red card for the pack collation as far as like there's a red card in every pack, because it technically is devoid, but this is the only red card left here. We do have Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor, 3 mana 3/4 lifelink. Enchantment you spells have affinity for auras, and whenever enchantment spells you cast. And whenever you cast an aura that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. I think it's okay. I don't know if it's worth taking here necessarily. I might just take the Void Pouncer as an aggressive red card to go along with the Galvanic Discharge. There's also Annoyed Altosaur, which is pretty good. This is not... Static Prison could be good in a red-white energy deck. And then everything else here... I guess Horrific Assault seems pretty okay as well, but I guess I'm just going to stay red and take the Void Pouncer and not really be super happy about it. Alright, what do we got here? 3 mana 2/2. Yeah, that's not for limited. Buried Alive, no thank you. Lethal Throwdown, probably no thank you. Wormcoil Larva has actually slightly underimpressed. There's enough exile removal that this is like not as good. Galvanic Discharge kind of laughs at it a little bit. Granted, you do still get the other 2 creatures, but I'm looking at a Conduit Goblin here. I mean, look, I do like winning, and even though this could be the 3rd red-white energy deck we draft on the channel, the deck is great. I mean, I've had tons of great experiences with red-based energy decks here. 4 mana, enters as a copy of something here. It's just, everything here is not... It's not pulling me in a different direction to take a card that's not red. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Conduit Goblin and go from there. Which one is this? This is a big nothing. Which one is this? This is also not great here. There is some blue. There's an Electrozoa. There's also a Static Prison and a Jolted Awake to go with white-based energy. Sink into Stupor could be pretty good as well. Ether Spike could be good in like a blue-red energy deck. I mean, with the Conduit Goblin, I already have a reason to go a little bit more towards the white-based energy versus the blue-based energy, so I think I'll take the Static Prison here. I could be swayed to go into blue-red energy as well if I see one of the blue-red uncommons, but look, you give me pick 5 Amped Raptors, I'm just going to take them and put them in my deck. I feel kind of bad about drafting very similar decks so far, but let me know in the comments, am I doing this wrong? Like, should I be sacrificing what I think is higher power level and better decks just to draft different decks here? If I didn't take the Amped Raptor and the Discharge and the Conduit Goblin, I'd probably get a bunch of comments saying you're not you're not taking the best card in the pack. Look, there's Fanged Flames as well and a Hexgold Slith. All these are great. So I'll just take the Amped Raptor here. And I guess we're drafting red-white energy once again. Take another Conduit Goblin. I mean, it's wide open. So I will take it. Thriving Skyclaw is fine. Razor Grass Ambush. might be okay. If there wasn't an energy card here, I would definitely take that, but I think the Sky Cog goes well enough in a red-white deck here. 1 mana 1/1 Afterlife 1. So it dies into a 1/1 spirit. And you can also bestow it to give it +1/+1 and Afterlife 1. I think that's pretty good, although I do like Eerie Auxiliary and Siege Smash. Both of these cards are actually pretty good. Actually, you know what? I think the Eerie Auxiliary is good enough that I'm going to go ahead and take it here. It works really well with double Conduit Goblin that we have already. So I'm going to go ahead and take that and wheel another one. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Like, look, this is a great start here. Everyone, I think we're still early enough in the format that everyone's like, oh my gosh, I need to draft Eldrazi. It's the coolest thing in the world. I'm going to draft it. I'm going to draft it. And I'm over here like, what if I drafted a bunch of 2 mana 2/2s and 1 mana 1/1s and then just like went underneath everything you did and won? So that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, pretty easy pack one in my mind. I think I'll take the Unicorn here over the Wing It. Getting access to creatures is good, Bestow is good, Mentor is good. And, yeah. Continue down this path. Looking for... what am I looking for? I think there's like a 4 mana red-white enchantment that I would love to include in one of these decks as well. Can never remember the name of it. I think it also has the word goblin in it too, but I guess I can take Suppression Ray. I can actually play this card in a red-white deck here. And maybe I want to splash a blue energy card if I find one of those here. I'll take Electrozoa. I mean, yeah, I guess energy is the name of the game in Modern Horizons 3, at least here on this channel. So we're much, much more likely to be red-white here, but I don't know. If we get enough fixing, we could be like Jeskai, but usually don't want... Look, this card is great. This card is very good, and I'm getting its second to last pick. Okay. Alright, what do we have here? We do have the Cyclops Superconductor. This is a green energy card, so... but it's double green, which is really weird. So you can cast creature spells with mana value 3 or less by paying 1 energy rather than their mana cost, which is like quite good, but our deck is going to be aggressive enough that I just don't think this is worth even trying to splash. I do see a Phyrexian Ironworks here, though. I don't know if this is going to be too slow, but I think it's going to be pretty good. Dog Umbra is kind of like a removal spell. I would probably play 1 or 2 of these if it came back, but I'm going to take the Ironworks as a nice place to put energy as well. Pretty easy Galvanic Discharge here. There is an Ajani Fells the Godsire. I would probably play a copy of that too if it came back. Jolted Awake, maybe, but pretty easy Galvanic Discharge, and I'm pretty sure I'm just straight red-white at this point. What is this? 3 mana 2/2 Flying Haste, and it has Bestow. In order to bestow it, you have to pay a red and collect evidence 6. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 flying and haste, and you can cast it from the graveyard using the bestow ability. That's pretty good. What else do we have here? We got a Solstice Zealot and a Thriving Skyclaw. Let's try the Phoenix. I mean, it's just a good, nice, aggressive creature. I bet we wheel one of these 3 cards here, which I would probably play. The Zealot for energy, Skyclaw for energy, and Wing It as a combat trick. But let's take the Phoenix. And the deck's looking great. Don't know what else to say about it. Maybe we can find a Guide of Souls for like the 3rd straight draft here. Alright, pretty easy Inspired Inventor here, I think. 3 mana 2/2. Most of the time will enter and give you 3 energy. And yeah, pretty good 3-drop for us there. Another Amped Raptor would be great. There's not much more I necessarily even want. I don't know if I want to play the Void Pouncer. It's probably not going to get kicked in this deck, and it's just going to be a 2 mana 3/1. Everything else here Looks pretty good, though. I mean, maybe the unicorn, but I'll add those back in if I feel like I need to. Okay, I've had an Inventor's Axe in every single draft deck that I've drafted this format so far. And it's been fine. There is a Dog Umbra, as well as Indebted Spirit and Distinguished Conjurer. I think I'm going to try out a Dog Umbra. So, 2 mana flash. As long as another player controls an enchanted creature, it can't attack or block. Oh, that's a lot worse. Maybe I'll take the Indebted Spirit then. Let's try this out. What? I don't know what to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of course this has to be pick 6 where I'm not going to wheel anything. I guess I take another Amped Raptor. Wow. Okay. Reiterating Bolt? Sure, this... Red-white is wide open here, so I'm gonna draft it. I mean, don't know what else to say about it. I would have loved to get one of those Conduit Goblins as well, but unfortunately cannot. I guess I'll take the Superconductor and probably not splash it. I mean, maybe I could splash it off a Suppression Ray, but I probably don't want to. Here's another one. And a Dog Umbra. So it's kind of like a protection spell. Give something indestructible it for 2 mana. There's probably a better chance I play that than a second splashed Superconductor here. Jolted Awake, maybe. We're going to have to make a lot of cuts because our deck is wide open. So, see, both of these came back here. Skyclaw and Wing It. I'll go ahead and take the energy card. Another energy card, as well as a blue energy card. I mean, there's like 7 Eldrazi drafters at this table, and I'm just like, yeah, give me the red-white cards, I guess. Sure. Alright, what can we find here? We find a Smelted Charge Bug. This card's great. It's really, really good in aggressive decks and works well with energy as well. So we're going to go ahead and take this. Cursed Mirror is not much of anything. Witch Enchanter on the wheel would be pretty good. Same with Wing It. What does this do again? I don't think that's something we're in the market for. Definitely not over Smelted Charge Bugs. We'll go ahead and take this here. And maybe we can get like another rare. That would be pretty good. But we don't really even need one. Probably putting this in the sideboard for now. Third Amped Raptor, I guess. I mean, there's lots of good cards here. This one isn't that great, but Shulgengar is very good. 5 mana 6/6 flyer with upside. But I'll take a third Amped Raptor. Would love a third Conduit Goblin here too. I would also like a couple more 3-drops, because the Conduit Goblin works well to give those haste the turn after you play it. So we'll see if we can find that. I got a glitch here. Alright, fixed it. I'll take the Gatekeeper, but this really isn't one of the 3-drops that I was looking for. There's a Dog Umbra, but we've already got one. I don't even know if I want to play the one I have. Probably don't even want to play the Gatekeeper, so let's take that here. Another Eerie Auxiliary. I guess I could take Strength of the Harvest. But Eerie Auxiliary just, like, wins games. And we don't have a very high curve. I guess this would make our 5th 4-drop, though. Yeah, let's play Eerie Auxiliary. Alright, another Smelted Charge Bug. Pretty easy here. Could have had a ton of Superconductors in blue-red. But red-white's also open with all these Conduit Goblins coming around. Speaking of, I also love Metastatic Evangel and Hex Goldslith. Gosh, why do all the cards I want to make sure we can play all come in the same pack? But I think we got to take a Conduit Goblin number 3 here. Would love another copy of both of those too. But we're not going to wheel those, unfortunately. So this is a maybe, this is a maybe, this is a maybe. That's a maybe. Everything else here I think looks pretty good. Yeah, every card here except for Eerie Auxiliary and the Phoenix works with energy. It's crazy. 16 creatures. I could play a wing it combat trick, I think. Question is, do I want to play Suppression Ray? It's like a tapped planes, but it could be like an oops I win late in the game, just tap all their creatures and attack. That seems pretty good too. Got a lot of things I could put in if I need to. All right, last pick here before we get to the wheel. Let's see what we can find. A 4th Conduit Goblin. Yeah. I don't get it. Like, this is a good archetype, right? Or am I just, like, have I figured out how to build it and no one else has? Like, 3 Amped Raptors, 4 Conduit Goblins? Like, what? Okay. I did wheel the Wing It. I don't think I want to play an Amulet. I don't know if I'll play 2 copies of Wing It, but I'll keep it anyway. Another Suppression Ray. I don't think I want 2 of these. I don't want 2 Jolted Awakes, and I'm not going to play a dragon here. I guess I'll take it, but I'm probably not playing that one. I don't think I need a Jolted Awake here. Yeah, everything else just is kind of filler for this kind of deck. I think we have so much synergy here that we don't really need to get cute with our inclusions. I'm even going to have to cut probably a card or 2 from this. I'll just rare draft here. None of this really matters for us. We're not wheeling much, but we can't really complain with the deck we have. We didn't get Guide of Souls this time around, unfortunately, but I think we'll be okay. And a last pick Hex Gold Slith. What more could you want? All right. I'm going to build this one, and I'll see you after deck building. Okay, this is the busted version of the deck I came up with this time. We've got, what, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 2-drops, and they're all very good for this deck. We've got 2 removal spells with Galvanic Discharge, another one with Prison and Reiterating Bolt, playing 16 lands plus a Suppression Ray here. And the Ironworks to make 3/3s. We've got several flyers to win here. Eerie Auxiliary buffing our 2-drops. I hesitate to say this should be easy, but I like our chances. So, with that being said, I'll see you in game number 1. Starting on the draw, got a couple of sliths here. We'll keep this. Also have our mountain and can cast Eerie Auxiliary on 4 and keep bashing in with these things. So whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get a counter. And they kind of can't block because you can pay 2 energy to give it first strike. So it's a very good card, and we got one last pick. Or second to last pick. No, second to last pick and the last pick. I think in pack 1 and 3, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 and 2. So I think I'm going to lead on the Hex Gold here as opposed to Amped Raptor. That's got lifelink. That's kind of annoying. Gargoyle, okay. So if I attack here, they double block, and then I kill the vampire, I guess? Actually, they might not double block. Because I can just potentially just pay 2 energy and use a combat trick. Oh, I see. I see. You have to do that prior to them declaring blocks here. So Do I want to pay the 2 energy? Ah, that was a mistake. I should have played this first. I forgot that says whenever you attack, you get an energy. That was a little bit of a mistake there, too. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens here. See if they go for it. Go for a block or not. It's got first strike. I don't think they're going to block. And if they do, good for them. Okay, so it goes up to a 3-2. Play this. I think, had we played this first and got the energy, I think they would have blocked there because we weren't representing any more. That's a 4-4 flyer. Okay, we weren't representing any more combat tricks or anything. That's going to be difficult. And it's got lifelink. Can we win this race? I don't know. Cast it for 2, paying 2 energy here. That's an unfortunate flip. It does get a flying counter on it, though. Yeah, I think I will. We get to scry 1 as well. Also, we get an energy. We can use that energy here to make a 3-3. So we're out of energy, but I think we'll be okay. So it's a Menace 3-2 lifelinker here. I probably have to block it. Never mind. Well, I think I do. I mean, can I win this race? Probably not. So I trade 2 cards for this here, and they gain 4 life. Conversely, I take 9, and then this thing kills me next turn. It's got Menace. Guess I'll do it this way. Yeah, they've got pretty aggro as well, which, and the lifelink really is not helping us out. Okay, they go to 10. We've got a big board here and 2 more power to come. What does this have, flying or anything? Lifelink. No. Alright, down goes auxiliary here. And what else? Sure. So I probably have to play around a removal spell, I think. Because if I play this and attack here, and then they remove this, I die. So I probably just have to attack with the 4-4, hold this back, play the Skyclaw, and make a 3-3. I think is my best option here. And that way I don't die to a removal spell. Alright. Another big board here, but again, they've got a big flyer that's tough to get past. This I don't care about because that comes tapped. That I slightly care about. Alright, let's see here. Let's flip something good. Okay. Play the auxiliary, and then is there a way we can win here? I mean, they're kind of at 13 if we attack on the ground. So what if I put it like here and here? They have to block. They could go to 9. They can go to 1, so I can't put it there and there and have it be good. It's got Death Touch, so it doesn't really matter where I put it in that respect. This is certainly tough to figure out how to do this here. So let's play for the long game here and attack here. I guess now if I attack all, they eat this, they still take 9, so that doesn't work. So let's just make them go to 3 here. And then next turn we probably have enough. I put the counter on the raptor because this does have first strike, which eats the worm coil larva nicely. But we are very low on life, and we did manage to get there. Amped Raptor casting spells for free, and Hex Gold Slith going all the way. Alright, starting on the draw here, playing against Numat the Nummy, one of the most prolific limited content creators out there. Yeah, let's go ahead, put this down. Looks like he's playing some sort of Eldrazi deck, I'm sure with some, what's it called? Writhing Chrysalises. Yep, red-green, there it is. Basking Broodscale, sure. And off we go. It's going to be a tough match. He's a very, very good player here. Make an Eldrazi, hit us for 3. Oh, nope, don't hit us for 3. Doesn't have a reach, does it? No. Alright. Playing slightly off curve here. Next turn we could go Static Prison and Phyrexian Ironworks if we wanted to. There's the Writhing Chrysalis I knew he'd have. Yeah, that's going to make this game very, very difficult. Alright, this card is incredibly good. Now we have to make sure we keep an energy in our reserves here. Alright, you got another one? Or can you cast like some 7 or 8 drop that's going to be huge and very, very difficult for me to deal with? Pretty close. it have reach? It does have reach, because of course it does. Alright, looks like it got out a little bit quicker than we could go here. I'm not sure we're going to be able to push past this. A 7-5 is going to be tough. Okay, we can cast everything in our hand here, so let's play Conduit Goblin. Actually, no, we can't because of the red. Can't cast Galvanic Discharge, unfortunately, so let's play Amped Raptor. Flip a Discharge. Yeah, sure. Can't cast the other one, unfortunately. So... want to get rid of the Death Toucher or the 3/3? I think I'll get rid of the 3/3. If I get rid of the Death Toucher, I can keep 3 energy, but I can't use it still. So let's go here. Pay 3 energy. Sorry about that. Can I attack? I don't think I can. I guess the Conduit Goblin could let... doesn't really matter here, so decline. No attacks. We can still keep 1 energy for the Static Prison here and go really, really wide. I'll deal with him after this game. Another Repurposer. Down goes Phoenix, gets exiled. Take action. Play Conduit Goblin. And now we just start bashing, I think. Just gotta hope. Do I want to give that haste here? I think I do. I want to start trying to attack. So take action. Get in with everything. Get another energy. Do I want to give the Slith? I don't think I do this time, because I do need to make sure I have enough energy for the Static Prison here. I do have the Galvanic Discharge. Can finish off the Territory Color, more than likely. That's probably my plan here. So I'll trade. Okay, trade there. Okay. Alright, go to first strike. And then... think now we'll go to damage. They do get to keep the 3/3, but I do get to kill the Territory Color here. So... pay 2 energy. And I can't use Ironworks, otherwise I'll have to give him a Writhing Chrysalis back. So we just gotta pass it back here. We do have 2 3/3s. Alright, Petrifying Meddler. Darn, knew we had to try to push some damage here. And unfortunately, gotta send it on back. And his draws are gonna be a whole lot better than our draws at this point, so cross your fingers here. Do have to find a way to get more energy for the Static Prison, because as soon as he gets a Writhing Chrysalis back, I think we're just about dead. Why do all of these Eldrazi's have reach? That's so annoying. Yeah, just good rate after good rate. Alright, I think we have officially run out of both energy and any sort of ability to catch up here. Darn. Gets it back. I guess we keep fighting, though? I mean, I don't know. Let me go take a check. I'll be right back. All right. So drawing more cards. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you can pay 2. If you do, copy all spells. And then at some point, Path of Annihilation, gain 4 life for all the big creatures he's going to be casting. Yeah, it fortunately got out a little bit too far ahead of us. We had a pretty good start, but that should do it here. All right. No shame in losing to Newmont. He's a great player. All right, we start here with a Charge Bug on 2, Auxiliary on 4, and hopefully we can find something else on the way. And hopefully the dog has finished going crazy, got a delivery, and he lives up to the stereotype of not liking delivery drivers. Wish I would have been able to put up a better fight against Nummy there, and also a less distracted fight. But I think he had us from about turn 4 on, unfortunately. It's just all those big Eldrazi, like the ones that cost 5, 6, and 7, they just all have reach for some reason, which, like, the Eerie Auxiliary was going to be one of the ways we could have possibly won that game. Yeah, I guess I'll play this now. Could give some things haste next turn. Okay. Take the Charge Bug. Get 2 energy. Combat. Go here. I'll pay it just to push some damage here. I won't pay this one, though. And then we do have Discharge up. We can kill as much as a 6-drop, or a 6 toughness creature. Not that I think he'll play one on turn 3 here, but you never know. That's 3/3. Eldrazi Repurposer. Seems like a good card. At some point in this format, I'm probably going to misclick on pay 0 for a Galvanic Discharge, but hopefully that's not today. Decline. Next turn we've got Wing It to also give some of these flying counters. If we draw a Plains, we actually just win next turn, unless they can remove one of our creatures here. Because Suppression Ray taps all creatures they control. What do we got? What is this one? 3 mana, 3/1. ETBs. Exiles a graveyard. And is also a land on the back. Okay, here comes something big. Maybe. Yeah, that's fine. Don't care about that. Interesting choosing not to cast that. Oh, okay. There, well, there's the planes. So, yeah, let's go for it. And there we go. I mean, when we don't play against some of the best players in the world, we do pretty well. Okay, we start on the draw here. The hand is very slow. We have 2 removal spells that we can play early. No guarantee to be able to cast either of these cards, though. But if we get a planes by turn 3, Inventor and then Reiterating Bolt replicating it is going to be quite good as well. We have some things we can draw, but a lot of our 2-drops are white, so we'd have to draw a planes and a white 2-drop here. We have 9 white sources in the deck. This is a close one. I might regret this quickly. But if we can draw planes off the top right now, this is going to be great. Red, green, what's new? Ah, perfect. Found exactly another 2-drop they can cast. Do I kill the first striker or the flyer? I think I'm going to kill the first striker here. Planes, let's go. Never didn't have it, am I right? Alright, we can also replicate a Reiterating Bolt if we want, although it's going to be very mana inefficient to do so, because we're going to want to play Inspired Inventor and then Eerie Auxiliary more than likely. Alright, Temur Eldrazi, here we go. Evolution Witness, okay. Are they going to block? Probably so. Do I just kill it? I think I have to play the Inventor here. Let's just play the Inventor, get 3 energy, attack, and I think I will pay. We've got so much here, we can actually afford to keep 5 and get the counter on this, make sure they don't call our bluff here. Next turn, more than likely playing Eerie Auxiliary, getting the counters, and then after that we can think about removal and combat tricks, I think. There's not much to think about for them here. This has first strike, so I don't think they're going to block. There we go. Hopefully no land and Writhing Chrysalis. That's what we're trying to avoid here. Okay, down goes that. Land and adapt into a 4/3, getting back Amped Raptor. Alright, they've got a nice little curve out here too. And they gained 3 life, so that was kind of annoying. Alright, what do you got now? 5/5? Yeah. Whenever you cast it and whenever you attack, you put counters on things. So I have to Reiterating Bolt and kill that now, I guess? Can I race here? It'll be close. Probably not, but I have to try. Oh wait, I can do this many times, potentially. Let's see. I can replicate it twice. Okay. So let's replicate 2. 1, 2, and 3, I think. If this had 3 toughness, that would have been completely busted. We would have just wiped their whole board there. Okay, go to 12. We currently have 9, 10. We can deal 10 next turn. 10 is not 12. Because we can do 3, 6, 7, 8 from this, 9, 10 here. Alright, they do have lethal now on the backswing, unfortunately, so we can't overextend. Unless we get lucky with, like, I don't know, static prison per se? Sure. I can't cast Wing It, but it should be okay. So we get 2 energy. We can keep that tapped for 2 turns. Dealing 7 damage, they go to 5. Would I like to put them to 4? I don't think that matters too much. So let's put them to 5. We've got Wing It as a combat trick next turn. I have to hope this Amped Raptor doesn't flip something too big. Because it's going to be able to cast a 5-drop. That's a 4/4. No, don't get rid of the static prison. I need that. Void Pouncer. Okay. If they attack with Emrakul's Messenger, I do win. As long as Eerie Auxiliary remains on the battlefield. And this doesn't have a reach, right? Yeah. Okay. Take action. Huh. Let's see if they get priority here. They could just because of the... Well, the adapt. They can't pay the adapt. They don't get priority, so... Something I can do is attack with these 2. Before blocks, I give this +2/+2 in flying. They can't block it. They have to block this or they lose. I'm left with a chump blocker. Then I die to removal. Right? No. 6, 3, no, I would be dead that way. Okay, so I can't do that. I can attack here, but then I still might leave myself dead, potentially. Yeah, I don't think I can attack. It's unfortunate. I think that's probably going to cost us the game that turn drawing the land there, because now this thing is a 6/6 trample. That's a 3/2 flying trample. I'm sure they've got removal for something over here. Alright, I guess we have to save it. Otherwise, we basically just lose. The trample still might get us, though. Because, I mean, we have to take a lot here. How are they at 5? I thought they were at 6. They have to pay a life or something? Okay, so unfortunately I have to block there. I can't do that either. I have to block this thing. So then I do this. No, I still take 6 if that happens. So I have to block this thing, right? I lose my whole board here. Take 3, 4, 5, 6, exactly 6 here. Okay, so that doesn't work. What if I didn't block that? Doesn't really make a difference, I don't think. Well, I guess I survive this way. I mean, I still lose my whole board, but I'm not dead. I don't think there's a card on our deck that can save us here now. Let's finish it with a land. Close enough. Alright. Just barely, I mean, flipping the Oozewag off of the Amped Raptor was the win for them there. Well, I gotta say, I have mulliganed more this format than every other format combined. I've got all my 4 drops and none of my cheap creatures here. I hate this, but I guess I'll keep it and hope I draw some 2s. Yeah, at least that's something I can cast next turn. Would have loved to get a 2-drop on the battlefield. Yeah, I drew it out of order, unfortunately. Hopefully no counterspell. Counterspell. And at this point, we are so far behind in our game plan of attacking that it might be tough. Hopefully no counterspell. Alright, it resolved, but let's see if it continues to survive. I think a Galvanic Discharge is going to kill it, or that as well. This is not going to plan. Just play a big Reach Eldrazi, why don't you? There it is, big Reach Eldrazi. Alright, I think we are past the point of being able to win this game. Yeah. Fortunately gonna go 2 and 3 here in this one. Doesn't feel great, but here we are. Again, why these have reach, I don't know. +1 +0 and haste. Well, I guess it's got to go over here and see if they want to trade. Got 9 energy right now. Yeah, they just had too much removal for us here. I mean, removal, 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 and we kept a sketchy hand that didn't get on the board early, so that's too good. I don't think we can win now. Does that have reach? No? Alright, they will trade this time. Titan's Vanguard is a busted uncommon. Red-green is just... The red-green deck in this format, I think, is just too good. Oh my god. I don't have flyers anymore. They should attack with this, I think. I mean, they get a counter on 5 different creatures here. They're at 15. I don't think I can get through this. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, it's a 6/6. Oh, I thought it was just a 5/5. All right, so we did go 2 and 3 here today. And I wonder if the rare that we had in our first draft carried this deck, because this is about as good of a version of a red-white energy deck as I could think of. But as soon as your opponent plays just like a 4/4 and then a 5/5 and then one of those stupid reach Eldrazi's, basically game over. Yeah, I think the deck is really good, but couldn't get there today. You know, could be a little bit of variance, could be that people are figuring out how to build the Eldrazi decks, and I think this format is turning into either you play Eldrazi or you lose, which is not a fun spot to be in a format, but let's hope and cross our fingers that it ends up being a little bit different than that in the coming weeks. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.